So welcome all. Uh, Now, yesterday we had seen the SCD type 2 implementation, that how can we implement an SCD type 2 dimension uh, in Matillion, right? We also seen that how can we capture the error into some variable using the export tab. Okay, so you need to go to export tab and edit, and then there you can capture the error. We also see different supporting components that we have, and how can we create a job using the supporting components, and like SNS, end success, end failure, and or etc. Okay. So today we will see, we'll start with the Git integration. Okay, so the Git integration of our Matillion project with the Git, right? So Git integration is basically used to integrate and manage your Matillion project in Git, right? So it allows you to, create the feature branches, then commit your changes. You can fetch from the Git, you can push to Git, right? So all of the Git activity that we do with your, no, with normal front-end application, we can do with the Matillion project as well. Okay. Uh, as earlier we discussed that there are three ways that you can migrate your job from your one environment to another environment. The very first way is the simple exporting a job from one environment and importing it into the another environment, but that is not used or preferable. The second option we have is migrate feature, right? Where we can migrate from one Matlin instance to another Matlin instance, right? Here we just need to provide your target Matlin instance URL and username and password, and you can select what all things to be migrated. Now the third way is for the Git, right? So using the Git, basically we can manage our all the development pipelines, the UAT, we can merge the branches, right? And all such things. So to create that, what we'll do first, we need to create and set up our GitLab account. Okay, so we need to go to gitlab.com and set up an account. So I already have this project set up. Okay, now consider that now I have already, usually what will happen when you get or assign any project, right? So admin will already integrate your project with Git, right? Okay. Uh, but yes, we'll see from the scratch that how to set up the project and how to initialize the repository in the Matillion. Okay. So to now what we'll do, we'll create a new project first. Okay, so to create a new project, what I need to do is I need to just click on new project here, and I will create a blank project as of now, right? And I need to give
So
my
this is
project.
not this GitLab is not part of Matillion, right?
No, this is completely different. So whatever
Okay.
the code repository software that you use in your company, so that you can integrate with. So majority of like Git, GitLab, GitHub, these are supported by Matillion. So let's say uh, let's say I need to create a project, so I will give something called Git Matillion. Okay, so Git Matillion training. This is my project name. Okay, and this is my project. Okay, so I will create as a private project. Right? I don't want this to be a public project, and as of now, I will not initialize the repository. Initializing the repository means a single README file will get created into your master branch. But since I will initialize that from my Matlin, that's why I'm not initializing that here. Okay, so what I did is I have given the project name, and I have selected this private project, and I'm just creating a project now. Okay, now yes, this project is created, right? Uh, Now each project has its own specific URL. Okay, so if you click on clone, we have clone with SSH if you need to SSH or get the things from your Unix. and for HTTPS with our normal like Matillion, we have this URL. Yeah? So this is my gitlab.com, my group name, and then my project name. Okay. Yeah. So now this is just, I have set up the project in Matillion. Okay. Sorry, in Git. Okay. Uh, but it is not known to Matillion. Okay. Now let's initialize a repository, a local repository in Matillion. So to get started with Git, what we need to do, we need to go to project and we need to click on Git. Right. So there are two options. First is initialize local repository. That means whatever the job that we have as of now here, it will initialize your local repository with those jobs or with those, you can say, code or artifacts. Right? And clone remote repository is we need to we are cloning or we are getting the job on my local using the clone repository. Okay, using the remote project. But I don't want to do that, right? Because if I do that, then uh, there are no jobs present, right? Then all of my jobs will get replaced with blank. So as of now, since I already have the job, what I will do is I will initialize the clone, initialize the local repository. Yeah. So I'm clicking on that, and it is asking about me for the initial commit. Okay. So are you sure you want to initialize a local repository with version default? So we'll say yes. And here, what are the email we want to give? So here we need to give user and email. So this is just to identify. This is not something username or password. You can type in anything here. Okay. So I am just committing to my local repository. Okay. I have first initialized the local repository with whatever the jobs I have, and then now I am committing that. So once I commit that, you see it gets committed by default into the master branch. Okay. And it is still on local. My remote doesn't know that. Right? Now what we need to do is first we will push whatever the things that we have in local to remote. Correct? Now to push to remote, what we need to provide that URL name, right? Project URL, that where we want to push. So now if you see, there are different options at the bottom. This configuration remote, configure remote option. If we click on that, here it is asking me for the URL, right? Remote URL. So I will put that. So this is my project URL, correct? Git Matillion training. So I click there. Now, uh, you know, uh, now to commit, not commit, now to push these jobs to remote, okay, I will need my Git username and password. Okay, so here we can configure that, right? So configure default credentials. Okay, if I click this, I need to provide username and the password. Okay, so if you see here, if now where we get that, if we go to our GitLab and in the profile, you will see this is the username mtlnc10321, and for password, what we need to do is we need to create a token, Git token. Okay, so to create a Git token, we will go to edit profile, okay, and you see here access token. Okay. So I already have one created, but I will create one more. Uh, that is MTL training, MTL training token. Okay, so I have created this token name, MTL training token. Okay, this is just of access token, right? Just the way we have access key and secret key. That is what it will create. Let's say it doesn't expire, and I will give, let's say, API access, read only, read API, read and write repository. Registry we don't need. So what it will create a new access token, personal access token. Okay, and you should not basically share any this with anyone. Now when you create that, you will get this personal access token. Okay, so I'll copy this because this is only visible one time. Okay, yeah, so I have just copied it, so I will save that somewhere, right? So now I have these two token, right? Okay, and that is my kind of a password. I will come here, mtlnc 10321. Okay, this is my username, correct? If I come here and my token, what I will do is this is my token. Okay, now on the instance, how do I want to store that? I want to store as encoded. Just click OK. Right. So now till now what I did, I have created a project in Git, right? Then I come back to my Matillion. I initialize the local repository. I did first commit in the master branch. Now since I wanted to push that to remote, I will have to configure my remote URL. So I have configure my remote URL and username and password for Git, right? Now to push to Git, we have this upload button. Okay, so if we click that, it will ask you to push. So we usually select the thin push. Okay, force push we don't select usually. And when I click OK, you will say master branch. Okay, right. Okay, and now if I come back to project, right? Yes, you will see that uh, we have committed this 4 minutes back, and now all the jobs are present here. Now you see, well, what are the jobs that we have here? One job, two jobs, training job two. They will come here. One job, two job, training job two. Okay, within that we have all our jobs, right? So these are a kind of JSON file which Matillion understand and which Matillion needs internally. Now, now this is just usually you will get this setup from admin. Okay, right? And then now you will get access to your project, and then you will start working on your uh, daily work. Okay. Now you know when you get any new requirement, right? Or if you have any requirement to modify your job, or do some changes within the job as per requirement, right? So what all steps you should follow generally, right? When you start working on that. Okay. So when you start working on any new or any new requirement to modify any new existing job or to create any new job, whatever it is, then your steps is basically you will first switch to your workspace, right? In Matillion, right? And then you need to fetch from remote Git. Okay. Um, right? Uh, remote fetch from remote Git means is we whatever the code which is available at remote, then you will try to get that in your local, right? Why we need to fetch? Because if let's say yesterday you had fetched once to your local, and after that fetch someone has updated the master branch, okay, and merged something to master branch, right? Then to see his changes, right, or to get the latest changes from remote, you will need to fetch that one. Okay, so first you will fetch from the remote Git, and I will show you how to do that with example. Then we will create a branch, right, from the master branch, what we call as a feature branch. So we will not directly work on the master branch or any other branch, right? So what we will do, you will create your own feature branch from the master branch. Then you either create a job or modify job or change something. And once you're done with changing, what you will do, you will commit it. You will commit it to local. Okay. And once you commit, then you will push to Git. And the final step will be to merge your branch with master branch. Okay. Now let's see how to do this with some example. Okay. Yeah. Now let's say this is my version only. Okay. My default version itself only, and this is my version. So yes, I'm into my version. So I got some requirement. Let's say to modify some job. So first thing what I will do, I will go to Git, and yeah. So once you set up the Git, right? So you will get this symbol at the near to project menu. Okay. Now first thing as a step as a developer, what I will do, I should fetch it. Okay. and always select the remove old references here while fetching. So what does old references means? Remove remote branches which no longer exist in the repository. That means it will basically remove the branches, okay, which are actually not in the remote, and which will remove your branches from local. Okay, like let's say as a part of some cleanup activity, Git admin has deleted some of the branches, but they will get deleted from the your Git branch, remote branch, right? But not to local. So when you select this old
You said
reference,
from the
it just
remote
sync.
branch, or
Mhm.
you mean to say they get it deleted from the remote branch or from the master?
No, 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 no. No, no, no. From remote Git, there can be multiple branches, right? Since we have just one, but yeah, we have tens or hundreds of. Usually in real-time production, there will be hundred of branches. So
Correct.
what Git admin do? Git admin usually delete the old branches which are no more required.
Okay.
Okay, he will not delete the master, right? Because we have all the production code here, which are not in use. He will delete all the branches from the Git, but he will delete
Okay.
from the Git, but that is not known to Matillion. Okay, but from in so in our local, we still have that branch.
Correct.
Okay,
Right.
right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
to remove that branch from your local as well, we need to use remove
Okay.
old server. So that will sync basically remote and
Right.
local both. Okay, so we need to fetch and create that. Okay, right? In case, well, what will happen in case you don't remove that and in case you don't select the removal references? Now, what will happen? Let's say there was a branch ABC, which was a old branch, and that's why Git admin had deleted that ABC branch, but that was still present in your local. Okay. Now, when you push something, okay, from your local to remote, okay, that ABC branch will get pushed. Why? Because Matlin will see that ABC branch is still on local, not on remote,
Yeah.
right? But that was never needed, right? Because that was a old branch. So you need to use that. So always fetch and always click on remove all references, right? That is my first step. Now next step, what I mentioned is
Create a branch.
yes. Now once we fetch that, then we need to create a branch, right? Because I need to work on my own branch, correct? Right? And this is what your independent workspace and your Git branch makes you an your personal workspace or personal private area where you can work, right? Nobody in your development team, like mostly will work on your branch, your feature branch, and nobody will work in your version, right? So that is your
Will they,
independent workspace area.
will anybody even know about my branch until I
Yes,
have
yes.
committed and until I have committed that?
No, no, no. Yes, once you committed that, then everyone can see your branch in their version. Yeah, because Git is a common. Git is across the project, not the version, right?
Okay.
Others can see. Yeah, we'll
But
see that.
just a commit will still make it visible in other people's accounts,
Yes,
even though I have not pushed it yet.
correct, correct. Yes, yes. Because that commit has happened at the project level, and that is local to Matillion, right? So you will see that. Let's see that as well. Yeah, so my next thing is to create the branch, right? So we understood these four options and we'll see like, so this is the push to Git, fetch from Git, set up your remote and username and password for Git. Now to create a branch, we have a call this option called create branch, right? And I will create a branch here. Okay. And from which branch it will get created? It will get created from master. Why? Because you see the hollow circle, whichever the hollow circle it is, that means it is currently pointing to that branch or that commit. Okay. Now what I will do is I will create a branch and let's say I can have any name, let's say feature or change feature, let's say modify people job. I can give any name which is relevant or as per your standard. Many a times we can give your Jira ticket number here so that we get a reference, right? Okay. So I have created this branch. Now you see these two branches are at the same level. Why? Because this branch is created from the master branch. Okay. Now I will close. Now once I created the branch, now I will start making changes. Okay. Uh, okay. Yeah. Let's say so change. That means let's say my in the architecture they said that you did not add a note. Okay. So what I will do I will right click and create a note. Okay. And I will say that this job process, um, team people SCD2 table. Okay, this is the note. Okay, this note I have added. Now I click OK. Right? Note is added. That's fine. This was a very minor change, right? Okay, and now since I'm done with my development, what I will do next thing I need to commit it. Okay, so again I will go back to Git, and to commit it, here's an option called commit. Okay, when you commit here, it is important that to which branch I need to commit, right? I don't need to commit. Usually, in real time, you will not have access to commit to master branch. Okay, that access will get restricted. Okay, now here I need to select which branch I need to commit, right? So this is my branch which I had created, right? So I have selected this branch, and you say here I have modified this. I changed, I have modified which type, which job I have modified, this one. And let's say I can add some commit message here, that add added job note. Okay, right? So now this will commit my changes to my local. Okay, not yet to remote. So I click OK now. Now if you see the difference, earlier this branch was created from master, so both were at the same level. Now we have one commit to this branch. That's why my this branch is moved ahead, or it is ahead by one commit from the master branch. Okay, right?
So between, I have a question, right?
Mhm.
Let's say, let's say I started, in the morning, I created a branch, right? And I started working on, maybe one or two orchestration jobs or whatnot, right? Let's say by the end of the day, I'm ready to commit. So when I create the branch, it's at the same level as the master in the morning, right? But by the end of the day, when I'm ready to commit my changes to the branch that I created in the morning, it is quite possible that, let's say, Sudhakar or someone else may have had pushed their changes to the master or whatnot, right? So
Mhm.
in that case, is it possible that the master will be above my branch in this case?
Yes, but only if you, once you commit that, only if you fetch one more time, then only you will get to know that Sudhakar has committed something to master prior to you. Okay,
Okay.
right? And since this branch that you created is from the older version of master, and after the branch is created, okay, uh, uh, okay. Now let's say accidentally you and Sudhakar both are working on the same job. Okay, right? Um, or let's say or let me cover that scenario later, that will confuse you. uh,
Okay.
okay, yeah, but yes, once you fetch that, then your branch will be master branch will be at the top. Okay, so for now, yes, so what I did, I just committed the thing, correct, and the things got committed to local. Okay,
Mhm.
so what my next thing, I need to push that to Git, right? Because Git wants to know, right, whether what all things you have committed, right? And as of now, you see here we just have a master branch, one branch, right? There are no more branches now, because this branch we had created locally, not yet known to Git. Now to push it to that, what we'll do, we will push it again. Yeah, you see, branch master up to date, right? That means there were no changes, and branch this feature okay means it has been uh,
What,
synced with the
what were
remote.
the what were the three different options that we just saw in that window when you push it? Yeah.
Yeah, there are different types of push.
So
Thin
typically we
push,
go with.
thin push. Yeah, it reduces the data set. Force push is something forces the local version to be pushed to into remote. Yeah. Matlab here, what will happen in case if there are conflicts, right? Then still, if we do the force push, the conflicts will not be occur. So how the conflict will occur, I will let you know. Okay. But usually we don't use the force push. That may, in that case, we may lose our data if
Mhm.
someone else has committed to the same branch. Okay. Yeah, this is automatic push is Not sure what is that, but yeah, guarantees that either all references will get pushed on the remote or none of them. Yeah, avoid partial pushes. Yes. So thin push is something whichever is possible. These, whichever are possible pushes, those that could get pushed. If there are any conflict, okay, right, then that branch will not get pushed. But with automatic push also, what will happen is either all will get pushed or nothing will get pushed. And with the force push, even though there are conflicts between your local code and your remote branch, still your local code will get pushed to your remote. So that is what we usually do the thin push. Now when I come here, okay, right, you see you pushed feature modify people job branch 1 minute ago. Now you will see this branch. Okay, so this we had created on local, then we modified few job, right? Then we committed, and then finally we push it to Git. Now, what is my next thing? So I've done with my all testing and everything. As a developer, my next task would be to create a merge request to merge my branch to master, right? So what I will do, I just click on create
When you
merge request.
when you
Hmm.
when you push your feature or when you push a feature branch,
Branch. Hmm.
essentially you're just adding a branch that is separate from the master. You still have not mingled that with the master.
Yes, no, no, right.
No,
Usually,
I'm just trying to understand. This is new to me, so sorry if I'm asking too many questions here.
yeah, no, no. So what will happen now? Okay, um, okay, let's see one more time. So let's say I'm doing another change. So this is now again, let's say I miss to add the date at what I have changed that, and again I need to modify. So now what I will do, instead of creating a branch, I know this is the branch which I just created, so I will try to use the same, right? And now let's say I will add the date here, right? Something called 0915. Okay, and I did correct. Now again what I will do, again I will commit to my branch. Now added date in job node. Okay. Now again see, again my this is my local commit, right? That's why it has moved one commit ahead, right? Because on remote we have this only, right? Now okay, since we have come here, now if you see there are three different color coding, right? Green,
Right.
blue, and pink. Okay. Now since the date changed, right, in the job node, we just did to local and we are committed to local. Now wherever you see the green coding, that means a local head. That means that change is on the local only, not on the remote. Okay. When you see the blue one, that means that is a remote head, which is that change is available only on the remote. Okay, that is not available on local now because if we earlier we had this change on local, but we made something change and that commit moved ahead. Okay, right. So that's why this is only present on the now remote, right? Because our remote, this is my local branch with one change ahead, and this is my remote branch. But if you see master, which is pink, we'll see remote and local here. That means your master branch code is so your master branch code on local is same as that of your remote. That's why it is a pink. So pink is remote and local head, blue is only remote, and green is your only local. Right? So now what I will do is I will push it. So while pushing, right, what will happen is since our master, yeah, since this is a pink, right, that means um, our local and remote both are in sync, then it will not push it again, right? Why to push that, right? And since this blue is not on local, it's only on remote, so this will also not get pushed, but only this will get pushed because this is on local. Okay? So when I push it, when I click OK, yeah, you see the branch master up to date. Why? Because it was pink, right? Because it was in sync, local and remote. But branch feature now okay. Okay means it has been it has been pushed to Git. Okay, clear till here? Yeah. Huh? So up to date and okay. Right? Sometimes if we don't have access to this, then there will be some different message will be gone. Usually for master branch, we will not have access. even if you try to push.
When you say branch master up to date, um,
That means that is
it
up to
means
date between local and remote.
okay,
Those are
and
in
then
sync.
branch, and then the branch FTR modified that says okay. That means
It has get pushed to, so it has get successfully pushed to remote.
got it. Okay,
Yeah. So now if you close again, now you see again that this branch now become pink because now it is in sync with local and remote, right?
got
And
it.
this is my next commit. My earlier commit was added job node. My next commit was added date in the job node. Okay.
So when
So
you
now it is.
first creating your branch for the first time or even for the nth time, you always create it from the master, but not because what I see is when I'm trying to create a branch, I'll see the master as well as something above it, but
All branches. Yes.
but I'm always supposed to point it to the master when I create my branch, right?
Yes. Yes. But now, if you want, let's say, if your colleague, or let's say if you want to again, uh, 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 or let's say this later. Let's see. Now, what our next part? Next part is I need to merge that. Correct? So yeah, if I
Yes.
read this, yes, you push to this, right? So I will create a merge request now. Okay. Now,
But
yeah.
you don't do it from Matillion, the merge request?
No, we can do that. We can do that. But since we will not have any, access, right, to merge it on that, you can say, on the master branch. And usually, if you have a, your enterprise level Git team, right, then they will do it from here only. That's why I'm showing it here. Usually, we don't prefer to do it from Matillion. Okay, but yeah, whatever the local work, creating a branch, committing, pushing, we do it on Matillion, but merging, we need to do it from here. Okay, now let's say I am giving some title to this merge. I'm creating a merge request. Okay, so till this only the developer work is there, right? Once you create a merge request, then it's a git admin work to approve that and to merge and to see if there are any conflicts. Okay, what I'm doing is merge. I'm just uh, merge feature dim people to master. This is the merge request, and I will just explain that added job node and added date in job node. Okay, or some description which we can give why we're doing that. That's also fine. Now, if you see here, I will uncheck this for now. Okay, so now if you see here, you see there are two commits. Okay, because why two commits? Because here this was the first commit, this was the
Mhm.
second commit, right? Now if you come here, yes, added job node, and then I have added the date in the job node. And changes mean in which all jobs we have made changes. Yes, we have made changes only in one single job, right? This is my old, this is new. But you will not understand what exactly is all the JSON code and all. Okay, but yeah, okay. Important to think while raising a merge request whether the changes are seeing in only those jobs which I have modified, not anything else. Okay, so I have this is my change, right? And these are my commits. Now what I will do, I will just click on create merge request, right? And now since I am the admin, right, so I can merge it. Okay, right? Approval is so usually for master branch we keep approval, okay, with the git admin, but as of now I will merge it simply.
So in our case, right, when obviously I'm not an admin, so where does the buck stop for me?
No,
Like
yes,
where do I?
still that, yeah, till you raise your this merge request, and then you need to share that merge request with your admin. Hey, that I need to
Okay.
I have created this merge request, and this is the purpose of this merge request. I have modified these things, and because that will go in your deployment plan and all. Okay,
Mhm.
usually, yeah, right. So I have merged it. Okay, now I have merged it, and when I come here now, okay, if I switch to master branch here, right, master come initial commit, still I won't see that change. Now you see there is nothing called job note which we created. Why? Because still my Matillion doesn't know that you have merged this branch to master branch, and master branch is now one commit ahead. Okay. Now let's say, as I was talking about conflict, if let's say you worked on this job earlier, and let's say there was tomorrow, there was again some request came to work on the same job, and let's say if you are not free, and your, let's say, project lead asked your another colleague to work on that, and now let's say if he had just fetched this only, he did not fetch anything from Git again, and if you try to create a branch from here, then what he will see the old job. Then again he will make some changes into some job and everything, and again he will try to merge it to master, right? At that time there will be a conflict saying that the branch which you had created, okay, that branch was from the old master branch, and the job that you have modified is already modified by someone else prior to you, right? So it there it was a conflict happen, okay, and then your, let's say, your Git admin, you will get into a call, and you will try to resolve a conflict, right? Okay, and while resolving conflict, uh, what we need to do, so Git, I mean, the admin will ask you whether to keep your yesterday's change or to keep today's change which your colleague have made, right? But since your colleague has worked on the old job and he did not pull it from the Git, that's why he was not able to see the changes made by you. So he will just decline that merge request, right? Now what he should have done, okay, is, let's say if I need to try it again or work on anything, now as I said, right, even if we come switch to master branch, I did not see the changes. So first thing I need to do is again fetch. So that is what I was saying here. When you switch to workspace, the first thing what you need to do is fetch remote from Git. That means you will get all the code which has been updated or merged by your colleagues into master branch or any different branches. Correct? So that is
But
the very important step.
I'm a bit confused here. So you yourself
Hmm.
created the branch in first place,
Hmm.
made some changes, did commit two times, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And then
Push
you
to Git
push to the get, right?
and then merge the request to master.
And then merge the request to master.
Yeah.
So now, if you want to make some code changes, you
Hmm.
have to create another branch again.
Yes. Yes. If that code changes for some different job or some different
No, no,
requirement.
if it's for the same job.
Yes. So if it's for same job, either you can use the same branch, if let's say you know that, right? So yesterday only I had created this branch, and again I can use the same branch, okay, right? So I can use same branch, but if you're different, some of the different colleague who is also working on that, he will try to create a new branch for that, because he knows that you have pushed your code to master yesterday, so he can create a new branch from the master for that change. Okay, it's up to you. So now what he should have done is, first, let's now since we have merged our changes to master, but still for Matlin, that master branch is got updated or got merged, that Matlin doesn't know. Okay, so what we'll do now, we'll just click on fetch. When you click on fetch, you will see, yes, your master branch is, this is the updated master branch now. Okay, right? So initially from this master branch, we had created this branch. We made some changes. We commit it. We push it. We merge this branch to master, and then my master branch moved one commit ahead of this branch, right? Now, when I
Yeah.
switch to this branch, then only I will be able to see my changes. Yeah, I see the job note. Now, that's why I was saying that if we get the same requirement again to change something in this job, okay, and let's say today you are busy, so your team lead asks someone else to work on that. You should just first pull it or fetch it and then create a new branch. Or he can ask you whether your branch that you have created yesterday is in sync with master. Yes, you can say, yeah, you can work on that job. But the problem is if someone else, so Even if, right, even if let's say on the same time someone else has pushed to master branch, okay, and someone else had modified different job, so still that is okay, that still you can use your job because your job has not been modified by someone else. Okay, that's why now your this the job in this branch and the job in this branch are in sync, so you can still use this branch, no issues, right? Okay, yeah, so this is what the process is. I will again try to explain one more time. If I am your colleague, what I will do for the first time, I will fetch it, right? And now I will not create a branch from this commit. I know this is my latest, right? So I will check out that, okay, and then I will create. Now you see the hollow circle and the filled in circle, the dark circle. The hollow circle tells you at which commit your code is currently. Okay, you will check out, if you will check out this, you will not see your changes, but you will check if you will check out this, you will see your changes because this is what you are currently pointing to, right? Now let's say if I am your colleague, I will do, I will again create a branch, let's say bug, let's say bug fix. There was a bug, let's say bug fix, um, dim people, right? Now, yes, these are the same one. Now again, yes, the job which I modified yesterday, yes, I can see that. And now client says, I don't want to send an SNS. Don't send me the SNS for success. Okay. Or send me the SNS only for failure. Don't add it for success. Correct. Yes. So I did it. Earlier you added SNS for success, but client says I don't want this success, but just for the fail. Okay, don't notify me. And then again, you have tested this job, everything works, seems perfectly fine, right? Okay, then what you will do, you will do the commit here again. Now because you are done with your changes, okay, now you will do commit and you will commit, yes, here we will commit to this branch. Then you say replaced success SNS with failed. Okay, now I click okay. Now again, this branch which was created from master, it has moved one commit ahead, right? Now still my Git doesn't know that. Now let's push it. Yes, if you see now here it says branch master. Okay, it has not pushed anything to branch master, as it says that there might be some changes those are available on master, and you might end up in committing the wrong changes to master, that's why, or pushing the wrong changes to master, that's why it is not able to push it. For this branch it is up to date, and for the new branch bug fix it is okay. So in case if there is a conflict, but however in the master branch you will not have sorry you will not have the permission to push it, so it will always show you this kind of error or the permission denied error kind of thing. Okay, so now yes, my master branch, sorry, yes, it is one commit behind my bug fix, right? Okay, so now what I will do, yes, I'm done with changes. I will again yes, yeah, refresh it. Yes, bug fix dim people. You just push this. Now I'll create a merge request here. Then let's I'll merge um, fix dim people to master. Okay, and then I will create, as a developer I will create a merge request. Yes, I see only one commit. Yes, this then you will share that merge request with git admin, and then you can then he can check. Yes, there are no, if there are no conflict and all, he can simply merge. Now this is right. Okay. Now again, if I switch back here, I will not see those changes because I have not yet pulled or fetch. So what I will do, I will do a fetch from here. Then again, I will get, you see, this branch is now merged with this master branch. Now again, if I come here, then I will see my changes. Yes. Clear on this part?
Not so much, but I think we'll
Yes.
watch the video later on.
Yes. If you want to try it now, yes, we can try it. This is important. So I'm okay. Do you want to try it now? Just a single branch?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Let's do one thing then. Um, okay. Maybe someone can share and I can guide you. Okay. What all things need to do. Maybe Fahad, you can share. Is it possible?
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. I can share.
Yeah. I hope Sudha is also trying. So now first we'll create a GitLab account. Okay. So just go to the URL which I'm pinging you in the chat. Or yeah, you can go search from there. That's fine. But yeah, I have pinged that if in case if you need it. Yeah. Yeah. Now register now. Do you have account?
No, I don't.
Yeah. Then you need to keep or click on register now. Yes. Give your some email, your name, email, username, whatever you feel you can give. Yeah. No, that is just a username. Yeah. Email you need to give below. Yes. Give some password. Yeah. Register. Then you must have received a confirmation email on your email. No, so you need to go to your email and check there.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Okay, let me just stop sharing for just a second.
Sure, sure. Yeah, no issues.
Okay. You see my screen, right?
Yes, yeah. Now it will just ask you to create your group name first because the way in Matillion also we created the group, right? Project group. So give any group name, MTL group or something like that or training. Yeah. This is not the project name, but this is a group name you will say. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is your group URL, let's say. Keep it private. Yeah. Just create a group.
Create a group. Oh, from here. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Now it is ask you to create a project. Okay. So just click on no at above you see the project name. Click on that project. Yes, yes. Give some project name. Let's say MTL training or Git MTLC, whatever you feel. Yeah. So this is your private project. Wait. Scroll down. Okay, I think it will initialize with the README. Okay, let's see. Yeah, create a project. Yeah. Okay. Uh, yeah, now go to your project. I'm at the above. You see Matillion Git training. Click on that. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. So this is your project, right? So scroll down. Yeah, so there is nothing in your project as of now. Yeah, the repository is empty. You see at the top. Yeah, yeah, scroll up. Yeah, scroll up. Yes, the repository is empty. Now, now this you have just created a project in the Git. Okay,
Right. Hmm.
right. Now what we need to do? We'll set up this in the Matillion first. So yeah, let me ping you the Matillion IP. Yeah, let's check if you're able to log in.
Okay.
Yeah, go to your project which you are working on. Yeah,
Okay.
now we'll do the setup. We'll set up the Git. So go to project and I mean project menu. Yeah, click on the Git at the bottom. So here, as I said, since we already have few of the jobs in our local, so we'll initialize the local repository. Click on that. Yeah, yeah, you can just copy your same email ID there. Yeah, then click OK. This was initial. We're just committing that. Okay, but now since this doesn't the your Git repository doesn't know. Now we'll set up the remote URL as well. Okay, at the bottom right, you see that setting button there. Here we need to put our project URL. So go back to Git and get the project URL using the clone option. No, at the you see in the middle you see that clone. Yeah, copy the HTTPS because we are using HTTPS. Click on that. Not yeah, yeah. Just copy that. Copy the HTTPS below one. Right on the right. See you see that copy button. You can also click on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now go back to Matillion. Enter that URL. So this is your project URL. Okay, Git project URL, right?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And now we need to push it to Git. You will need, as I said, Git your username and password. So go back to Git one more time and let's create an access token first. Okay, so to create an access token now, so what we need to do on the top right, you will see your profile. So click on that, go to edit profile. So your username is Abdul M. Mohammed
Right.
and click on access token. Yes, so this is personal access token. Okay, so what I will suggest, so just create this token name. Yeah, give access till right repository.
Okay. Let me first create the token name.
Yeah,
Uh,
give any token name, MTL Git token, something like that. Yeah, MTL token. Yeah. Now click on read and write repository. Okay. Now maybe since that is a personal token. Okay, just refuse from sharing here. Maybe you can stop sharing and you can click on create personal token. But wait, I will tell you what to do next. Go to Matillion, and you will see
mhm.
that below the setting, I mean, beside setting, there is a
Lock.
lock symbol. Yeah, and there you need to put your username and password. So just do that and keep your personal token with you.
So, and this is my Git username password.
Yes, Git username. No, 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 no. That Git username is that Abdul M. Mohammed, right? And password that
Right.
means you need to put the Git token, not your the user that you used to log in.
No, no. So from within Matillion, when I click that lock
Lock.
button,
Yes. Hmm.
configure default credentials. In this one, please enter the credentials to use for remote operations. Right.
Yes,
So
yes, yeah,
here its username would be the one that I use for Git,
yes.
or would it be Matillion?
No, 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 no. This is Git, right? We are setting up for Git, and your
And
password
then
will
this
be
is
your
your,
token,
okay,
which you
okay.
have created.
So
So
now
enter
create
that.
personal access token from within the GitLab.
Yes, and note it somewhere. Keep that with you.
Yes, I think it gave me that. Oh, I got the token, so I'm doing it in the password. Okay, and then encryption type is and the master
You
key.
can encoded. No, we don't need the KMS encoded.
Okay,
Yeah, let's click OK. Yeah, yes. So this we have set. Now, as I said, we need to push it to Git. So click on that upload button on the right, bottom right. Yeah, yes, thin push. Click OK. Yes, you will see, and click on close. Now, if you can go back to Git and go to your project, you see that the three rows, yeah, three lines. Yeah, click on your project. Which is your project? Yeah, no, the below one. Yeah, okay, the Learn GitLab that by that default project that gets created. Yeah, so you see, uh, scroll down. Yeah, you have just committed that, right? And it has come to Git. So it will come. All your jobs will come under root folder. So if you go back to root, click on the root. Yeah, you will see your all jobs, right? Orchestration and all. If you again click there, you will see the jobs under within that folder.
so
Yeah, if you
okay,
go back to Matlin, you will see there. So go to Matlin. Yeah. So you
yes,
see it close. Yeah, orchestration and team, right? So those
right,
all the jobs now get pushed to Git. Right.
right,
Now what we'll do? Let's say we need to modify something, right?
right.
Yeah. So let's create a branch from Git. Give it some name,
And
feature test branch or dev branch, whatever you need to give.
some
Yeah.
Jira ticket kind of thing.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. But along with Jira, always give some short description, right?
Description. Okay, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Now close it. Make some changes to some job, maybe add notes or add some components or something. Yeah, add something. Yeah, right. So you're done with changes. Now let's commit it. Now, yes, select your branch first. Wait, commit message is needed. What did you do? Yeah, yes. So this has been committed to your branch, which is still local because you created that branch from here, right? You see, right?
Right,
Your master branch is one commit behind. Now let's
correct,
first push it to Git so that Git knows that I have created a new branch.
right. Master is up to date, and this is okay. Okay.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
when I push to Git, it's always the new branch that I created, right? By default,
Yes.
it's assuming that I'm trying to push that new branch to the Git.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Now let's go to Git and just refresh it. Yes. Press F5. Yeah. Yeah. You see, you pushed EDAM 5555 just now. Now let's create a merge request to merge it to master. Right. So give some title. Merge. Yeah. Merge to master. Yeah. And that added test note gets in the description. Write something in description. Yeah. It's a good practice. And scroll down. Yeah, you see your one commit and you can always observe your change as well. The change is one. Changes is one as well, right? Yeah. click. Yeah.
Oops, sorry.
No. Scroll down. That is an issue with the Git. Scroll down. You will be there in the changes. Scroll
Okay.
down. Scroll down. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Create merge request. Now, since you are the owner of this project, so you can simply approve that and merge it. Yeah. Now, click on merge, but uncheck that delete source branch. As of now, we don't want to delete, right? Yeah. Right. Now, your changes got merged to master. Right.
Hmm.
Okay. Now, what we need to do is we need to go back to our instance and check if the changes are there in the master. Right.
How
As
do
of
we do
now, yeah. So as of now, there will not. I mean, since we have merged to immerse in the GitLab, our Matillion doesn't know, right? So we need to put
that?
the fetch first. Do a fetch. Fetch means all the things which are there on remote will come to my local. Right? Yeah. Click on old references. Remove old references. Yeah. Click OK. You see now your
So,
EDAM. Mhm.
what does this linkage tell me?
Yeah. So if you see from your green master, which is at the
Hmm.
bottom,
Hmm.
you created one branch called EDAM 555. That's why there is a link from
Okay.
master at that, and then again you merge that branch to again a master branch. Then you see that link, right? From
Mhm.
second line to the top line.
Okay.
Right?
And then what does this hollow circle mean versus
Hollow
a
circle,
full?
yes. As I say, hollow circle is that means you are currently on that commit or on that branch. If you want to switch to the, let's say the bottom commit, which is at the bottom,
Mhm.
you see at the right side there is a download button. Remove that screen sharing bar. Yeah, yeah. Check out that. Yeah. Switch to commit. Yes. It is asking whether you need to switch to that commit. Yes, I need to switch. Close. Close it. Now you are on this commit,
Mhm.
but you will not see that, right? The
That,
job node that you added
that comment. Oh, okay.
because that was earlier commit, right?
Okay. So now can I switch back to that other commit or?
Yes. Go to Git again at the project you see. Yeah, Git. And now switch to your master branch, the top one, which you have just merged. Yes.
To just check out?
Yes. Yes, which means check out. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Now
Right.
I see this.
Right.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. You can watch this video one more time and then you will, understand. Okay. So
Yeah.
just try
Definitely.
creating again different branches. Try, modifying something. Then again try to push it, commit it. Right.
Yeah. Definitely. I'll do this because, as I said, this is definitely new concept for me. So
Yes. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
something to practice here.
But usually, yes, exactly. This will take some time. But yeah, once you understand this basic thing, majorly this one, right? How
I
do I
mean, the
do like
last thing I want is to, I don't know, delete someone else's code that is
who?
supposed to be this code or whatnot.
Okay.
Is it possible for me to accidentally delete somebody else's code?
Uh, yes, it is possible. But what he or she can do, he can just lock that version.
I mean, that's after the matter of fact, right? So what I meant is, let's say
No,
I'm
but
supposed to work, I'm
yes.
supposed to work on.
But before he log off for the day, he can just log this. Yeah, but accidentally, yes, that is possible.
No, I think let me rephrase this. Let's
Okay.
say let's say I'm working on a project today, right? At the end of the day, I have committed, right?
Hmm.
Come back tomorrow. I want to keep making more changes to that
Hmm.
project, right? Or
Right.
to that, or let's say an orchestration job.
Job. Hmm.
So once I committed today, towards the end of the day, when I come back tomorrow, do I have to create a new branch again or?
No, you will work on the same branch,
Yeah.
right? Because you have committed this and nobody is working on that branch, right? So you have
So
committed to this.
let's say I log off from Matillion last evening
Hmm.
after I committed that, right? So
Hmm.
when I log back into Matillion today, uh, I just switch to that version. That's it, right?
Workspace, yeah, yes, exactly. You just need to switch to that version and just make sure that when you switch to a version, make sure that you are on your branch that you wish to. Just make sure that.
Okay,
here.
so check out that particular
Yeah,
branch.
check out that particular branch. Because yes, so yesterday I just did little bit of changes. So today I will make my remaining changes in the same branch and then I will commit it to merge master like that.
This is a lot more complicated than typical versioning in Informatica,
Yeah,
right? Where
yeah,
you
yeah.
can just keep working until you're ready to check in your code.
Yes, right. So here as well, once you see this uh, concept is pretty simple, right? So get, first I will get everything from the remote to my local using fetch. I will switch to the branch from which I need to create a new branch. Let's say I will switch to master. I will create a branch and I will keep on working. But just for the safer side, I will just commit at the end of the day. Okay, so that I don't lose my things, right? So I will just commit it. So don't push it unless and until you are done with your all the changes. So just go on committing, committing, committing. That's it.
Is there an auto commit, let's say between, I start working and then I don't commit for 2 hours and then I don't know,
No,
there's a
no,
reboot of the machine or whatnot.
yeah, no. You won't lose your changes. You won't lose your changes unless and until if someone comes to your workspace and switch to different version. Now let's say I'm here. Uh, what I did, I again deleted this. Okay, I was on this branch, right? Now what I did is I just went for a coffee. So I didn't commit, but accidentally if someone switched to your version, that is default version, and let's
Mhm.
say someone switched to different branch, right? Now if you see there are uncommitted changes, are you sure you want to switch to the following commit? Any
Oh,
uncommitted changes will be lost. So he said yes, I want to do that. He thought that he is in his workspace.
right.
Yes, so he is currently in the master. Then again you come back, you check, oh, I am on the different branch. Let me switch to my branch. But you don't know someone else has switch your workspace to master branch.
Right.
Then you come back
You said
here.
there was, okay, so you
Yeah,
said there was
your
an option where you can actually lock it. Where is that one?
yeah, go to project, manage version. You see here edit button,
Yeah.
lock it.
Okay, so that way nobody else can come into
Yes.
my version and then switch the branches there.
No, they can come to your version accidentally, but if
But
they
not,
change something accidentally, that will not get affected because your version is locked.
gotcha. Okay, they
Yep.
cannot edit anything in my versions.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Yep.
okay, okay.
So version is a for you, version is a separate machine for you, you can say. But yeah, if you give remote access to them, write access, they will able to write it, right, to your laptop. That is what.
Excellent. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So I've just pinged these steps. You can just copy and keep it with yourself. Okay. So this is about the Git. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll see some just a small concept with the Python and Bash. Okay. Uh,
Can you just take 1 quick minute to that? Let me get some water, please.
sure, sure.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Just take one. Just take a break.
Sorry about that. I'm back. I'm back, Nathan.
So let's look at the concept on Python and Bash component, and we'll also try to understand the copied versus shared behavior. Okay, yeah. So that I will just create one transformation job, sorry, orchestration job, Python Bash, right? So first thing that why we should use the Python and Bash component. Okay, so if you see, there are always gonna be some custom scripts, some custom code which cannot be easily you can say developed using an ETL tool. Okay, may it be any ETL tool, right? So we always need some Unix custom Unix scripts or some Python script, let's say, to get the data or source, or to do something, right? So you can write your Python code and Bash code within the Python and Bash component within the Matillion. Okay, so let's see. Let's say first, let's see Python component first. So I will search for Python. So here I will get my Python script component. Okay. Now, uh, I mean the Python script component here we can enter your script interpreter. So which interpreter you need to use? Currently it supports Python 2, Python 3, and Jython. Okay. We'll use Python 3 and timeout. Timeout is something, after how much timeout your Python, how much time your Python component should execute, max time, right? So sometimes it may happen, right? So our script goes in loops and all. So that will just exit from there. So 360 second, that means 6
Seconds.
minutes. So,
Seconds.
hello?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, seconds, right?
seconds. Yeah, 360 seconds. That is pretty much right. Usually we do such thing for 10, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. We call some small scripts outside of our ETL tool and get the thing done, right? Now you can write anything. Let's say I need to print something, right? Um, so print, let's say I'm printing that this job is running with uh, running with ENV General Warehouse, right? If I run it here, mm, okay, this is a variable. Okay, that means we don't need to give it here. Yeah, yes. Let's say this job is running with compute warehouse. Correct. I can write it, or I can use it any command here, any Python command, right? Importing any libraries or anything, right? So everything you can do it in the Python. Okay. Whatever we can do it, with normal Python in editor, we can write some Python code here as well. Okay. Now, two of the important feature that we can do here is with the help of Python component, I can set a value or I can update a value of my job variable. Okay. So if you see here, they have given that syntax like updating variable context dot update variable myvar and the new value. So how to do that? Let's say to update a variable of Matillion using the Python component, I will write context dot update variable, and then I will give my variable name, that which variable I need to update. Let's say um, yeah, let's say I need to update this env orders db. Okay, and um, and then my value, right? So value is my, let's say, demo db underscore, it's a QA. Okay, right? Now let's say I click OK as of now. So to update any variable, basically job variable, we can use context.update variable, your variable name and the new value, right? Now let's say I use bash script, and in the bash script, let's say I need to print out that variable name job. Uh, database name. Okay, and I'm using now the same variable. Okay, now so my default, what is my default database name here? It is DemoDB, right? But I have updated the value here using context.update variable. Okay, so rightly if I run it, the bash. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So if I run it, hey, what is happening? Line 5 syntax near unexpected. Is yeah, it's still a Python in my mind. So it's echo in bash. Yeah. So if you see here, yes, so in the Python script, it has printed job running with compute warehouse and the database name is DemoDB QA, right? So this DemoDB QA here we have updated. Okay. And let's say if I try to print it here again, that updated the DB value to to yes to this. So I should see the updated value, right? So if I see and run it here, now if you see here, updated DB value to demo DB. That means the value which we have updated to demo DB QA that is still not available within the Python component. Okay. Now what is happening? What did we do is I have printed this warehouse. I update the value of this variable to DemoDB QA and I try to print out the value of again the same variable here once it has updated, but still it was not able to print that. Why? That is because what Python script component does is when it tries to execute this code or this script, okay, so for this updating variable, it stores this updated value in some temporary variable within Python memory, okay, on the Python interpreter. So this value which we have updated to DemoDB QA that will get stored in some temporary variable, and once the entire code is finished, then at the end Python assigns that temporary variable value to your variable. Okay, and that is why once the whole execution is completed, then only we got to see the updated value of my variable, environmental variable, or that means basically scalar variable. Clear on this part?
Can you please repeat that one more time?
Yeah. So if you see here, I am updating the value of my orders DB to demo DB QA, right? And I am printing that here. So my expectation was that I should get or I should get printed the updated value, right? But it's still printing the value of demo DB, which is an original value, correct? It is not printing the updated value which I have updated using the context.update variable, correct? Within the same component, Python component. So what I was telling is what happens is when you run this code, so Python interpreter or the Python first assigns or store this value into some temporary variable within its memory. Okay, and then once the execution is complete, once all of the code execution is complete, then only you can assign, then only you get to see the updated value of this variable. Okay, till that time you don't get to see. That's why this updated value DemoDB QA we are not able to see here, but we are able to see that here when you run it. Correct? DemoDB QA from the bash component. Right? So that is a Python behavior. Why it is so that they just say that no, this is the behavior which is handled by Matillion. So there is no specific explanation that they give. Okay, right? So just remember the important concept is here how can we update a job variable or a scalar variable. Okay, within your job. So there will be multiple scenarios where you will end up, updating your job variable during the job and all. Okay, right? So, and now you can write a number of statements here, or you can call, if you have a Python scripts which is there on your Matillion EC2 machine, you can call it from here as well. Or if you have any Python script, you can call from here. Or if you have any bash script, you can simply call it from here. So sh, let's say my path was home send os and my some script. Okay, logging script.sh. I can call it from here. Okay, so where it will search this file, it will search on your EC2 machine. Okay, so the purpose of that EC2 machine is you can store your some custom scripts, either bash scripts or Python script or any other script. You can store that your custom script on your EC2 machine, and you can call them from your Matillion job using bash or Python component. Yeah. So now, uh, mm, okay, yeah. Hmm. Let's now try to see what is the difference between the copied and shared. Okay, so if you have seen that, let's say if I define a variable, okay, job variable, let's say it's a JV, what should I define? It's a table, okay, and currently it's copied, right? And I have its default value as SF people. Okay, so if I, let's say, print it here, right? I will for now not print it. So if I print it here, that uh, table to be loaded, let's say, okay, and I can give this value, right? JV table, right? So let's see if I run it. Yeah, so if I run table to be loaded SF people, because this is default value, correct? Right? Uh, now, uh, let's say this default value, okay, is, let's say I want to update that. Then again, what I will do, I will do the same thing, right? And I will update the value of its table, sorry, JV table to, let's say, stage table. So STG SF people. Okay, I want to update. Now, what will happen is I can see that value here, correct? So database name this, and table name, sorry, uh, table name is my JV table. Okay, now if I run it, yes, I can see the value of the table name, which is updated, right? Stage SF people, which I have updated here. So my default value is SF people. Here I have updated it to stage SF people. Right? Now, let's say if I have a concurrent flow here, or the parallel flow. Okay, let's say I have let's say I have another bash script here which is triggering at the same time, right? Correct. And now, what will happen in this case? This both the component will get triggered at the same time. Okay, right? Or let's say I have so first I have another bash script, and here maybe I can write something. I will just sleep for two seconds here, and I will write echo second flow started. Okay, just say 5 seconds. Second flow started, and now then again I try to echo that. Okay, now what will happen? These two components will run in parallel. At the time, first it will, when this component runs, this will simply print this. It will update my env orders db. It will update my JV table. Correct. At the same time, this component will also run, but it will sleep for 5 seconds first, and then it will say that my second flow is started. Right. And after that, it will execute this command. Okay, so let's say I'm putting this as a second flow, right? Database name and table name, right? Now, yeah, this is copied, and let me also make for now. Yeah, this is also copied. Yeah. So if I run it, let's see what happens. You see, first Python got executed, but it was sleeping for 5 seconds. Then it says the second flow started, right? And now if you see here in the Python component, right? In the first Python script component, we had updated the value of database name and table name to DemoDB QA and stage as a people. Now this value is getting printed correctly in the first flow, in this flow, right? But in the second flow, if you see, the default values get picked up. Though at this time, at this point in time, when this job started or this component started, my Python component had already updated the value of the database name and table name to DemoDB and stage as a people. But still, my second flow have, you know, still taken the default values. Now this is where your copied and shared behavior comes into picture. Now what does copied means? If we have multiple flows within a job, so this copied and shared are within a job. Okay, so if there are multiple flows within a job, concurrent flows, and if any of the flow updated the value of any of the variable, okay, if you define that variable as a copied, then all of other flow, okay, all of other execution, right, other flows will take its default value. Okay, even if let's say tomorrow if I have another flow here, or let's say if here if I have another S3 load component, right, and that starts parallelly or after some time, still this component is updating the value of my two variables. Still those, since those are defined as a copied, that means the default value will be taken by rest of the flows. Okay, and what does shared means? Now let's see what will happen if I convert my this variable to a shared variable. Okay, and at the same time, let me convert that my job variable as well as a shared variable. Now what it will do, it will execute these both. Okay, it will sleep here for 5 seconds. It is just that I just wanted to wait till this component have updated the value. Okay, so that's why I'm just sleeping that here, and till the time my Python script component will update the value of the variable, and then in my next component I can see whether my updated value is getting printed or not. Okay, now let's run it. Yes, it has completed. It is sleeping for 5 seconds. Yeah, now you see database name is QA and stage is a people. Now what does this mean is my this second flow have also got the updated value which has been updated by different flow in the same job. So this flow have updated the value, and till the time when it was printing this component have already updated the value of my variable, and since those variables were defined as a shared, that's why all other flow of this within this job will take its updated value and not the default value. Okay, now any question here on this copied and shared?
What is the use case?
Yeah.
What do you typically see?
Yeah, so I would say based on my experience, normally, we define the variable as copied only, okay, because we hardly have any parallel components, parallel things running within our job, okay. So we usually define them as a uh, copied, and even if you define copied, and even if you update here within the same flow, that updated values will still be available, but not to other flows, okay. Now use case maybe, if you want, if you're running a job parallelly, okay, and if you want to take the updated value which is updated by some other component in some other flow, and you want to refer that the value in some different flows, okay, then you can use that. Okay, let's say if you have this flow, and let's say then you're having this AND component here, and then you are doing some common processing, Okay, and you know that now after this you have some, let's say, S3 load component. Okay, and you want to use the value which is updated by the flow. Okay, so now if we define that as a copied, then that value and let's say I need to use my table name there, that as a variable, right? And what you want is you want to have an updated value in case let's say you have some big logic here or some Python script, and you want to refer to the value which has been updated by this flow. So in that case, you will have to define that variable as a shared. Okay, now because now here the flow is getting changed, right? So if you do that, then you can access you in your rest of the job. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. Right. Not that easy, but yeah, just wanted to show you how can we use the Python component and how can we use the Bash component. So you can write any script, whatever you need, any for loop, while loop, uh, anything, whatever you need, you can write it here in the Python and Bash script component. You can call any script which is already developed at your EC2 machine, and the script path, just give the script path here and call that, right? And now usually if you call that script, you should usually create an environmental variable to have that script path. And so because in your production or UAT, your that script path may get changed. So you create an environmental variable, something like scripts path or script directory or something like that, and use that here and call your script name, because your script name will not change across your environment, but your path may change where your script is there, right? Okay, yeah, I yeah, I think yeah. So this is what I have for today. Um, so any question on the Git part, on Python Bash component, or on shared and copied behavior of the variables, and those behavior are always within a job. Okay, even if you use the same uh, variable in different job, then that will always take a default value. Okay, but it is within the job but different flows. How you want to take that?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm a bit clear on the Git part. Python, I'm not familiar with Python at all, so that's the reason I have a little bit of difficulty following that. Um,
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just go through the lesson again and hopefully make some sense here.
Yeah. Sure. Sure. Yeah. 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 So this is about the Python and Bash component. So the way we write our Bash script, right, on our Linux machine, the same thing we can write it here or call that shell script from this. So it is as that simple as and if you want any intermediate thing to be done, right, then you can use this Python component, right, and you can do that. Okay.
How much more from a course perspective, right? How many more classes do we have to cover the course contents?
Yeah. So course content wise, we'll need mostly tomorrow's session. So we
Oh,
yeah. So we need to see the struct and array. So in case if we need more time here, we'll have the session on Thursday. That's not a problem. So we'll cover struct and array tomorrow. Struct and array is nothing but the loading the semi-structured data. Okay, and how can we transform that? And then we'll see some of the API basics on Matillion. Okay, so we may need the two more session on that part.
oh,
Yeah,
excellent. Thank you, Nathan.
yeah, sure. Yeah, thank you guys. Let's connect tomorrow, same time.
All right. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah. Bye. Thanks.